Angels lose 11-0. And I got thoughts. Locked On Angels Postcast right now.
You are Locked On Angels Postcast, part of Locked On Sports Los Angeles, on the Locked On Podcast Network. Your team every day.
Hello, everybody. Wow, what do you even say? Halo Nation, Halo hopefuls, this is the Locked On Angels Postcast, coming at you live, as always, on the Locked On Sports Los Angeles YouTube channel. I am Gavin Carlson. I spent 4 years as a credentialed journalist in the LA area, conducting interviews, hosting podcasts, writing articles, attending games and press boxes, and all that good stuff. As always, here live on the Locked On Sports Los Angeles YouTube channel after every single Angels game. Not just when the Angels win, not just when the Angels lose exciting ones, every single game, even a game where the Angels literally, I don't think they showed up to the ballpark today. 11-0. Let me say it one more time. 11-0. The final here on Thursday night against the Seattle Mariners. A new low, even for this team, even for the Halos in 2024, a new low. First and foremost, shout out to everybody in here. I think you deserve a cookie, a trophy, absolute praise just for being an Angels fan, just for watching the game. Or if you don't watch the game and only watch me, that might be the smart thing to do right now. But shout out to everybody in here. Jeff, Daniel Barry, Fudd Alex, Anthony Jimenez. Appreciate you guys so much for sticking with me as always, even if this team is impossible to stick with. Quick shout out to the sponsor of today's show, Booking.com, Booking.yeah. The right stay can make you a fan of any city, even your rivals. Gosh, I wish I was the fan of a rival right now, maybe. Check out Booking.com for your stay today. On tonight's show, we will talk about the offense doing absolutely nothing, a brutal relief performance from Kenny Rosenberg, but we have to start with the MLB debut of one Jack Kochanowicz, I think is how you say it. This might be mean, but if he did something tonight to, worthy of needing to learn his last name and how to pronounce it, maybe I would know how to say it. But Jack K was not okay. He was awful. Anaheim Angel, what up to you as well? And just a couple things right off the bat. When we came into this one, we see the Angels today call up Kochanowicz. I'm going to just say it's that. Kochanowicz gets called up, and on the radio broadcast before the game, they're saying, oh man, this guy has been killing it in Double-A. He's been killing it. Back-to-back complete games, just 5 hits in each game. And I'm sitting there going, I don't care. It's Double-A. It's Double-A. The jump from Double-A to the major leagues is not, oh, if you're throwing complete games in Double-A, maybe you'll give up 1 or 2 runs in the MLB. This is professional hitters. I know that sometimes we forget that the MLB is full of professional hitters since we don't have many on our team, but these are professional hitters. You can't just jump up from Double-A to pitching in the big leagues and throw fastballs down the middle and think it's going to go well. So before the first pitch, I see Kochanowicz against Luis Castillo, I think it's Castillo. I can't pronounce anyone's last name tonight because who cares? But I see that matchup and I go, this game's over. It's over. I don't care how good he was in Double-A. You have this guy going against Luis Castillo, even if he's 8 or 7-9 coming into this one, even if the ERA was just under 4. This is a professional pitcher against a not so professional pitcher. And might have gotten fooled by Davis Daniel having a nice debut, but I was not expecting anything coming into this one for an MLB debut. And it's funny. The Mariners, 2 things that are absolutely hilarious and so depressing at the same time. The Mariners came into this game by far the worst team in the MLB in batting average. I think it's under 215, at least under 220. Worst batting average in all of baseball. So the logic here, if you're on Washington, if you're the Angels franchise, is we got no starters. Everybody's hurt or terrible. We already tried Zach Plesac. Terrible. We tried Davis Daniel. He's slowly fallen off. Let's give this guy a try. He's hot in Double-A. maybe we can luck into a decent start against the worst hitting team in the MLB. That's the logic, but boy, it did not go well. And the second hilarious thing is the Mariners came into this one with a run differential of 11. And that's pretty low. For a team that is 9 games over 500, your run differential is 11. That's not great. Obviously, you don't care. You care about wins and losses. But don't worry about that run differential, Mariners. They doubled it in one game. You double your run differential for the season in one game. 11-0. Oh my goodness. If you didn't watch the game, I feel like I say this line quite often. If you didn't watch the game, first and foremost, congratulations. Secondly, thank you for being here, watching or listening, despite not watching the game. If you didn't watch, or if you already forgot, because it seemed like it was years ago, because there were millions of runs scored since then, it was an awful start for Kochanowicz. Gives up 4 runs in the first inning. And, immediately, on the 4th pitch of the game, not a terrible pitch, one of his better pitches of the game, to be honest. A sinker down and away on 1 and 2. It's outside of the zone, maybe not low enough, but J.P. Crawford is a professional hitter, and he rips the ground rule double in the first at-bat. I'm thinking, oh gosh, not even a terrible pitch, and it's a ground rule double. Right after, 2-2 pitch, rough at-bat, Rojas battling, absolutely hangs a 2-2 changeup, base hit. It's 1-0, just like that. In an instant. Then Kyle Riley singles. Mickey Moniak makes a great play. Throws out Rojas at third. Rojas trying to go first to third on a pretty basic ground ball up the middle. Moniak makes a good throw. I'm thinking, okay, defense stepping up, trying to save their rookie making his MLB debut. Good play by Mickey Moniak. 1 out. We'll see if now the pitcher can pick things up since he got picked up. Nope. Base hit Julio Rodriguez. Hits Luke Raley. The bases are loaded. Just like that. Disastrous start. Then he forces a ground ball with the bases loaded and 1 out to Guillerme. And right after the defense gives you some help with Mickey Moniak, Guillerme, who is on this team, who's hitting and fielding strictly because of his glove. Let's be honest. He's been actually surprisingly decent with the bat, but he's in for his glove. He's at third today, and he could have saved his rookie starter. He could have saved him. He steps on third, probably has a play at first for a double play, but one of the worst throws I've ever seen. Goes up the right field line. You don't get the out, and it's 2-0. The run was going to score if you don't get the double play. You don't get the double play, it's 2-0. But okay, 2-0, that's okay. Really would have liked the double play there. It would have been 1-0, a miracle. The starter gets 2 nice plays from his defense to get him out of his first inning that is not going well. But no, bad throw. It's 2-0. Okay. It's 2-0. Base hit. Jorge Polanco, 0-2 pitch. Does a great job to get ahead in the count. 2 curveballs, changed it up. The hard stuff wasn't working. Then throws another curveball that's fouled off. And then he tries to surprise him with a sinker right down the middle. And once again, maybe in Double-A, even if it's down the middle, this fools the hitter. But these are professional hitters. They see a 97-mile-an-hour sinker right down the middle. I don't care if there's 2 strikes. I don't care if there's 9 strikes. They're going to hit it. And Polanco rips it up the middle. 2-run score. And it's 4-0. So, did not waste any time in his debut getting absolutely roughed up. And I'm honest with you guys. I always am. Right away when this happens, I'm like, the game's over, guys. The game is over. I don't care if Castillo's not been great in his career at the Big A. He's got a 4-run lead against an Angels lineup that tends to roll over when they're down. This is a momentum team. I say it every game. The momentum is immediately sucked out of the ballpark. You're supposed to have this thing called home field advantage. It's going down more and more. The home field advantage is going down more and more every game because less people, thank goodness, are showing up to watch this horrible team, to support Artie Moreno. So good job there. But whatever home field advantage there is with sub 25,000 fans, it's gone in an instant when it's 4-0. And this rookie who's making his debut, who the fans are going to try to get behind, they're booing him in the first inning because, my goodness, it's one thing if you give up a couple hits, but a double in the first at-bat, a single, then another single, you're only out in your first 6 batters was on a guy trying to get to third. It wasn't an actual out. Everyone's getting hits. You hit a guy. You load the bases. And then Guillerme does that. It was a mess. It was over before it even started. 4-0 in the first inning. I had very little hope. A long intro here. We're going to take a break. When I come back, I'm going to tell you how the rest of his disastrous MLB debut start went. And then I'll tell you why it didn't get any better when Kenny Rosenberg comes in. Also, the offense did nothing, clearly, as shown by the score, 11-0. Absolutely abysmal. We'll get to the comments as well. A lot of people in here tonight. Angels win. Anaheim Angel, Anthony Jimenez, Fut Alex, Daniel Barry, Jeff, all in here leaving comments, and shout out to everybody else in here as well. Appreciate the support. We're going to take our first break, and when we come back, we'll finish recapping this abysmal start, this abysmal Kenny Rosenberg relief appearance, and an abysmal 9 innings from the Angels offense. We'll talk about it all after our first break here on the Locked On Angels Postcast. Today's show is brought to you by Stitch Fix, one of the new sponsors here. Don't talk about Stitch Fix a lot, but we will certainly talk about them right now. You know that instant confidence boost you get from an outfit that makes you look really good? That's what I get with Stitch Fix. It's funny, you see people walk a certain way, have a certain level of confidence. Let's be honest, we didn't see that from our starting pitcher tonight for the Angels. And you think he's got a new outfit. He's got a big league MLB jersey, says Angels on it. It's a nice jersey. You think he would have some confidence, an instant confidence boost from his outfit, but no, he did not. But with Stitch Fix, I get that instant confidence boost. You can easily upgrade your wardrobe this year with a professional stylist that helps you find new on-trend favorites that will work for you. All I got to do and all you got to do is just give your stylist your size, your style, and your budget preferences. You order boxes when you want them and how you want them. There's no subscription required, and they send 5 just for me, not for everybody, not for Jack Kochanowicz, just for me, pieces. They send 5 pieces just for me, plus outfit recommendations, pro styling advice, and here's the best part. I keep what works, and I send back the rest. So if they're sending me 5 shirts and I like 3 of them, I don't got to keep all 5. I send back what I don't like. That's why I love Stitch Fix, and that's why if you don't know what it is and if you haven't tried it, you should. So it's style that makes you feel as you look, which is great. It's the best time now to get started at stitchfix.com/MLB and get $100 off. That's $25 off your first 4 fixes for a limited time only. That's stitchfix.com/MLB for $100 off. Stitchfix.com/MLB. You must redeem within 7 days of sign up. Offer does not include kids fixes. And today's show is also brought to you by Tax Network USA. You hear me say it here at all of Locked On, whether it's the postcast for the Angels, every other show. We all pride ourselves on getting you the latest news for your team, whether it's the offseason, the draft, spring training, the playoffs, or when your Angels lose 11-0. No matter what, we are here. It's year-round. And you know what else is year-round? Collection season. Just because tax season is over doesn't mean the IRS will stop coming after you for unfiled taxes. The IRS can garnish your wages, levy your bank accounts, and even seize your property. Don't let the IRS target you. Let the licensed professionals and tax experts at Tax Network USA go to bat for you. They're going to bat for me. I didn't know about Tax Network USA before this sponsorship. I actually did just like you should. I called. I mentioned Locked On. I didn't tell them I'm the host. And they've been helping me out ever since. I got income coming in. I got a lot of expenses going out, and they're handling my finances. They're handling my taxes. They are great because with over 14 years of experience and an A+ rating by the Better Business Bureau, Tax Network USA has saved their clients over $1 billion in tax debt. Whether you owe taxes, have complicated matters that require tax planning, or you finally hit that parlay this season and need help correctly filing, call 1-800-549-1000 or visit tnusa.com/lockedon. And be sure to mention Locked On Angels Postcast at checkout, and you'll receive a $250 discount off their services. You know I did. Back here live on the Locked On Sports Los Angeles YouTube channel. This is the Locked On Angels Postcast, and my word, my goodness gracious, the Angels, they've been bad all year. We know that. But this is a new candidate for worst performance of the season because a starter makes his MLB debut and gives up 4 runs in the first inning. The Angels offense shows no sign of life, and you lose by a score of 11-0, doubling the Mariners' run differential for the season in one game. It doesn't get any worse than that. We were talking about Jack Kochanowicz's debut where he gives up 4 runs in the first, but that wasn't all. He gives up a run in the third as well. He had an okay top of the second. He got a nice catch from Mickey Moniak, who had a pretty good fielding performance. Gets a 1-2-3 second, but then in the third, wastes no time. I mean, no time. Just on the second pitch of the third inning, gives up a solo fly to Kyle Rayleigh on, you guessed it, another sinker right down the middle. I looked at his pitch, mix coming into the game. I'm like, okay, I don't have faith in this guy, but at least I like the pitches. I like a guy in 2024 who throws a hard sinker. It's the best pitch in baseball right now, in my opinion, because even if you mislocate it sometimes, it's hard to make contact on something coming that fast that still has a little bit of break. But if you throw it right down the middle against MLB hitters, once again, in Double-A, maybe this works, but you can't throw a sinker right down the middle. He did right here. He did it in the first inning, and right here in the third, Kyle Rayleigh destroys it. It didn't really go that far. It's just 361 feet, but it was a frozen rope, a line drive down the line that stayed fair, and it didn't get any better. He immediately gives up a double to Julio Rodriguez, and then he immediately hits Luke Rayleigh a second time in 3 innings. He hits the same guy a second time in 3 innings. Now, somehow, he actually gets out of this one, gets a fly out, and then Jorge Polanco grounds into a double play, but that was all. Interesting that Ron Washington waits until the guy gets out of the inning to then pull him to start the fourth, but Kenny Rosenberg comes in for Kochanowicz, and he was not great at all either, and he wasted no time as well. Top the fourth inning, Kenny Rosenberg leads off the inning with a walk to Mitch Haniger, gets Clase to line out, but then J.P. Crawford, another line drive home run, this one to right field as well. Not a great pitch, a fastball right down the middle on 3-1, and Rosenberg throws it right there. Crawford with some lefty-on-lefty crime. He crushes it. He sticks his tongue out. At this point, 7-0. At this point, the game has been over. It's been over. It's been over. 6th inning. It continues. Guess who again? J.P. Crawford. 3 singles in a row, actually with the line out in between on a decent catch from Taylor Ward, but a third single in the inning. This one once again from J.P. Crawford. Polanco scores. It's 8-0. Rojas strikes out, and then Kyle Rayleigh. Not 1, but 2 home runs tonight. He crushes it again. 397 feet on a changeup right down the middle. 3-run shot, and it's 11-0. So in 5 innings, it's 11-0. The funny thing, in 6 innings, it's 11-0. The funny thing is that the rest of the game, Rosenberg gets left in just to eat up pitches, and he actually pitches pretty well from there on, but it doesn't matter. The stat line, still terrible. Kochanowicz, 7 hits, 5 runs, 4 of them earned, just 1 strikeout and a home run in just 3 innings pitched. That MLB ERA is 12, and it might stay there for a while, because I would not be surprised if he gets sent right back down, not to AAA, but once again, to where he was in AA. Surprise, surprise. You go from AA to the majors, it's not going to go well. Rosenberg, despite giving up no runs in the 7th, no runs in the 8th, and no runs in the 9th, well, he still has his ERA jump all the way to 9, because he gives up 8 hits, 6 runs, all earned, walks 3 guys, and gives up 2 home runs in 6 innings pitched. Absolutely awful pitching performance from both of them. The only bright spot here is that you don't waste any other arms, because they didn't waste time getting behind in this one. This game was over right away, and so you save all the arms. Maybe you can still win a game in this series or something like that. I'm going to look at the comments right now, because why not? Just a lot of people saying hello. Jeff said, I'm just checking in, and I can't wait until we actually are a good team, which might be for a while. Yeah, certainly not much hope when you watch a game like this. Obviously not much done offensively. We'll get to that in a second. But yes, I totally agree. This team is not good and won't be for a while. Everyone else just saying hello. Fud Alex, Anthony Jimenez, Anaheim Angels win, all saying what up. Angels win says, what's up, guys? Enjoy the postcast, even in disaster. Lol. Yes, certainly disaster. Fud Alex says he's seen a clip where Guillerme gets an out and throws to first base up high into the stands. Yeah, basically what happened tonight. Anthony Jimenez says, a cork cap night. Yeah, it was cork cap night. I don't think the hat looks good, and certainly the performance didn't look good. That's tomorrow. Yeah, the performance wasn't good tonight, and the hat that you're going to get tomorrow, I don't think it's that good. Angels win says, cork cap, lol, Angels with their goofy giveaways. Yeah, I don't think it looks good. I agree. Fut Alex, that play was our highlight. Yeah, for real, talking about the Guillerme disaster. The Dodger guy, back again, Los Dodgers World Series champs, says, trade Luis Rengifo to the Los Angeles Dodgers right now. I don't want to. Neither does Fud Alex, but let's be honest, I don't really care where these guys go. All I care is getting the right value for them. Rengifo in an interesting situation where you would be trading him because he's having a career year and because you have to make a decision, not if you're just going to keep him for a year like other guys. This is the year you got to decide. Are you going to extend him for 5 years, make him an Angel for a while, or trade him to somebody who will then extend him and make him their play for a while. This is not a guy on a one-year rental like other players. This is a guy that whoever trades for them is immediately going to sign him to a contract and make him a part of their future. I don't think the Dodgers are the team for that because they don't have the money to be spending on a bunch of people because they already spend it on everybody else. But yeah, I'm going to take my last break here on the postcast. When I come back, I'll tell you real briefly about the Angels' offensive performance because not much to talk about, just 5 hits. They had one opportunity in the second inning. The second that didn't come through when you're already down 4-0, I knew right there, then and there, that this game was over. One of those games where you could tell right away the Angels had absolutely no fight in them. So I'm going to take my last break here on the postcast. I'll talk about the offense when I come back, and we'll get on out of here. This is the Locked On Angels Postcast. I'm Gavin Carlson. We'll be right back. Now, once again, today's show is brought to you by Booking.com. Booking.yeah. With summer travel heating up, especially travel for baseball games that are hopefully more exciting than this one, it's time to explore those U.S. cities you always secretly wanted to learn more about. Yes, we're talking about your rival cities. With hotels, bed and breakfast, vacation rentals, resorts, and so much more on Booking.com, you might just find your perfect stay even in your baseball rival city. Now, it's not a might for me. I already did find my perfect stay, or not stay, but stays. I had a hotel reserved and a bed and breakfast reserved in different parts of New York because I'm going to New York in now just like 3 or 4 days. I'm going on Sunday night right in time for the All-Star break. So that way I don't have to miss the postcast. Look at me being strategic. I could have left on, today or tomorrow. No, I'm going to wait until the All-Star break. Then I'm going to go so I don't have to miss any postcasts for you guys because I'm here every day. But I use Booking.com. I use the app. It was great. And I am set to go to New York right now. So from hotels that look over stadiums to family-friendly resorts, Booking.com has so many choices across the U.S. for your summer travel this MLB season. The right state can make you a fan of any U.S. city, even your rivals. Book today on Booking.com on the site or in the Booking.com app. And today's show is also brought to you by Game Time. If you somehow don't know by now, Game Time is that thing, man. It's awesome. It's an authorized ticket marketplace of Major League Baseball, and it makes getting tickets faster and easier. Like I said, I'm going to New York. I've already figured everything out with the flight, with the hotel. You know what I haven't figured out yet, but I have at the same time. How does that make sense? Well, because with Game Time, the prices actually go down in the app the closer it gets to first pitch. So I know already that I'm going to use Game Time for my tickets to the Mets game after the All-Star break, but I don't know how much they're going to be. I know they're going to be cheap, though, because they go down the closer you get to the first pitch. I'm talking saving is up as much as 60% buying last minute for not just sporting events, but also concerts, comedy, theater, and more. They have zone deals where you just buy the section, and they'll give you the cheapest seat in the section. There's flash deals where they have exclusive deals only on the app right ahead of the game. So much more. Lowest price guarantee, great Game Time ticket coverage, and all-in pricing. The price you see is the price you pay, not all this additional secret fees after the fact. So take the guesswork out of buying MLB tickets with Game Time. Download the Game Time app, create an account, and use code LOCKEDONMLB for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Again, create an account and redeem code LOCKEDONMLB for $20 off. Download Game Time today. Last minute tickets, lowest price guaranteed. Back here live in the Locked On Angels postcast here on the Locked On Sports Los Angeles YouTube channel. If you haven't known or heard by now, the Angels played a baseball game today, even though they didn't show up to the stadium. How is that possible? Well, there was a game. They just didn't show up. They lost 11-0. Kochanowicz, I believe, the starter for the Angels tonight, making his MLB debut. And boy, it did not go to plan. Gives up 4 runs in the first inning. Ends up lasting only 3 innings, 7 hits, 5 runs, 4 of them earned, and just 1 strikeout to 1 home run allowed. He was replaced by one Kenny Rosenberg, and he was even worse. 6 innings, 8 hits, 6 runs, all 6 earned. He had 3 walks as well. He struck out 4, but he gave up 2 home runs. The ERA for Kochanowicz is now 12 after his debut, and Rosenberg now with a nice 9 ERA as well. Real quick, we'll talk about the Angels' offensive performance because it was non-existent. Just 5 hits. Rendon goes 1 for 3. Pilar goes 1 for 3. Who else? Mickey Moniak actually had a good game all around. 2 for 3 at the plate. The average is over 200 for him. Shout out to him. Now 204. He's been heating up. He also had a couple great plays on the field, but he has 2 of the 5 hits, and the 5th one coming from Zach Neto. There were 8 strikeouts to 5 hits. Real bad, and they only really showed up in 1 inning, and that was in the 2nd inning. Like I said, you could tell pretty early that this game was over. After that 4-run first, there was a 1-out walk from Nolan Schanuel and a 2-out single from Pilar that made it first and second with 2 outs. Ohapi did ground out, but it was the second inning where the Angels really had their only opportunity. A 1-out single from Moniak, followed by a 1-out runner on first double from Zach Neto to make it second and third. There's talk about why didn't Moniak get sent home. Who even cares, man? I'm not even going to waste my time debating that one. But second and third with 2 outs, and Guillerme, who already had a brutal top of the first inning with that horrible error, has a equally brutal at-bat. He strikes out swinging on a full count where he had a pretty decent at-bat, actually. A lot of wild pitches from Castillo in this at-bat, high and away, but he gets him on a really bad swing, on a really bad, not even close 3-2 pitch. Should have been ball 4, should have been the bases loaded with 1 out for Anthony Rendon to, let's be honest, probably ground into a double play or something, but it would have been bases loaded with 1 out while it's 4-0. Who knows? Rendon is the tying hitter. Maybe even a base hit makes it 4-2 or something, but no. Guillerme swings at an awful pitch and strikes out, and then Rendon wastes little time going behind 0-2 before flying out with runners on second, third, and third. So second and third, 1 out, at least a sac fly opportunity. You've got a lefty in Guillerme, a veteran against a righty, and he couldn't come through. The Angels never seem to come through with productive outs. It's only home runs or bust. And today, all bust. After that, the Angels really didn't put up a fight. 1-2-3 third, 1-2-3 fourth, just 1 hit in the 5th from Anthony Rendon. The 6th inning, 1-2-3, and Kevin Pilar got tossed, if you didn't see that. 7th inning, a little more life, I guess. A 1-out single from Moniak again. Zach Neto hit by a pitch. So once again, 2 runners on for Guillerme, but he lines out, Rendon walks, and then Schanuel lines out. The 8th is 1-2-3, and the 9th, surprise, surprise, 1-2, a walk in between, and then 3. So Angels do really nothing. Like I said, they have 2 runners on base 2 times. Both times Guillerme killed the rally. If there is a least, a least valuable player tonight, unfortunately, outside of the pitching performances, of course, the least valuable field player hitter is Guillerme. Error in the field, brutal outs twice to kill rallies, could not somehow score a run on second and third with 1 out. So he's the least valuable player. There's no most valuable player for the Angels tonight. It was all Mariners 11-0. So probably the shortest postcast I've ever had. For once, it's actually going to be around 30 minutes, which, by the way, is what it's supposed to be. But I just do like 35 minutes every night because I have a lot to say, but not much to say after a game like this. So please erase this game from your memory. Enjoy the rest of your Thursday night. I'll be back here tomorrow night. Hopefully, please, for the love of goodness gracious, make it a better game. Make it, I'll take a 5-4 loss. I'll take a 6-1 loss at this point. Anything but 11-0. Good God. So with all that being said, I'm Gavin Carlson. Thanks to all of you for being in here, even after a disgraceful performance like this from our Angels. We'll leave with Anthony Jimenez, who says, Gavin, hoping for a win before you leave for New York. Absolutely. If they can't do that, then maybe I should have left for the trip 3 or 4 days early and just taken this series off. But no, I'm not going to take the series off. I never, unless I have a graduation, never take a series off, never take a game off. I'm always here after every game, and shout out to you guys for always being here with me. This is the Locked On Angels Postcast. Even though our team stinks, this community doesn't. So I appreciate all of you. Please leave a like if you haven't already. It helps me so much. It helps the video get seen by more people. It helps the channel grow. It helps our community grow. Leave a comment. Let me know what you think of this awful performance. Just say anything you want in the comment section. And, of course, if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel. I'm Gavin Carlson. The Angels lose to the Mariners in the series opener on Thursday night at the Big A, 11-0. Go enjoy the rest of your night. And please don't think about the Angels. Good night, everybody. See you tomorrow.